The precious panel, whose patron is unknown, is one of the earliest paintings in Botticelli's catalogue. These are works in which the young artist seems to try his hand at various iconographic solutions of the sacred subject of the Virgin and Child, developed at that time by Florentine art. From the Eleusa, the Virgin of Tenderness, a type of depiction of the Virgin Mary in which the Christ child is nestled against her cheek. To the Virgo Lactans, the Nursing Madonna, an iconography of the Virgin and Child in which the Virgin Mary is shown breastfeeding the infant Jesus. To the mother foretelling the painful fate of her son, the Redemptorus Martyr. It is precisely in this example that he shows how great was his initial debt to Fra Filippo Lippi, his first painting master. The Virgin reclines her face, her gaze is absorbed. The expression is sweet and melancholic, as if foreshadowing her sorrowful destiny. Baby Jesus, covered only by swaddling clothes, stretches out his arms towards the Virgin Mary, supported by the two angels. Both seem to be questioning the Virgin and her melancholy. The Festaiolo angel is not present, the one who captures the audience's attention in sacred representations.
Jesus' father and mother were amazed at the things that were said about him. Simeon blessed them and spoke to Mary, his mother. This child is destined to cause the falling and rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be spoken against, so that the thoughts of many hearts will be revealed. And a sword will pierce your own soul too.
The mother does not return the game of glances, but with the thumb of her left hand gently touches Jesus' foot, slightly veiled. A reference to the future shroud. Compared to the Master, the sacred representation no longer takes place against a window, but within a marble enclosure. It is reminiscent of the one set by Verrocchio, reaffirming Botticelli's relationship with his other old master. It is precisely this architectural element that isolates the group from the rocky landscape in the background, marked by a row of cypress trees. The presence of the garden is suggested precisely by the wall, caught in the corner and set in perspective in such a way as to involve the observer in the pictorial space, drawing him towards the painting in a more intimate and direct dialogue with the sacred figures, who are brought into the foreground. It refers back to the iconography of the hortus conclusus, or enclosed garden, which in the mystical symbolism of medieval tradition is the sacred place of the Virgin, as a sign of her perfect purity and illibacy.
My beloved is gone down into his garden, to the beds of spices, to feed in the gardens, and to gather lilies.
In the Song of Songs, the garden is the place that preserves the virginity and beauty of the beloved. The small temple in the background has a hexagonal base. The number 6 is significant because it reflects the days of God's creation of the world. It has been interpreted as a reference to the Tower of David. Turris Davidica is one of the attributes of Our Lady, which would become popular with the Litany of Loreto in the following century. As Tower of David, she offers her universal protection to the Church and the peoples who seek refuge in her.
Your neck is like the Tower of David, built with courses of stone. On it hang 1,000 shields, all of them shields of warriors.
The child is caught in the act of being picked up and wrapping his arms around the mother's neck. The child's outburst towards the Virgin reveals a tender expression of affection. Perhaps the greatest lesson the artist learned from his first master. The Virgin's hairstyle is very refined, with a series of veils, the symbol of married women, an allusion to marriage with the Holy Spirit. These veils, woven into the hair, appear like those used by Florentine noblewomen in the second half of the 15th century. A pearl, symbol of purity, serves as a clasp. The elegant halos dotted with gold are a reference to late Gothic painting. An omen of the ideal of beauty of Botticelli's Venus or Spring can already be found in this youthful Virgin. in the refined elegance of the forms, the sophisticated grace of the pose, and the distant, yet melancholic expression of the face. The predominance of the contour line and the vibrant drapery also derive from Filippo Lippi, although the forms now appear more gently fused. While the physiognomy of the child is now personalized, departing from the example of his masters. The Virgin's head, with its pointed chin, derives from Verrocchio's example and closely resembles those of other contemporary works. An early work, it takes up an iconography dear to the Florentine artist, which would be interpreted several times during his career, with masterly results.